Recording. Give me 1 second.
Hot as hell.
Can that be the intro?
It can be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Family Album. I'm your host, AJ Tanari.
And I'm your other host, Matt Glass.
For those of you who are just joining, this is a show where two dudes talk tunes.
Well, we have a conundrum, AJ, because we actually have three dudes again.
Is this the so-called fabled off week that we are so famously known for?
Pride and Prejudice.
That is what they say. Anyway, for all you returning listeners, it's an off week for us. That means we bring in a special guest who gave us a theme for this week's album. Please welcome our friend Tom.
Hello, I'm the third dude. I'm
him.
the zombies. One of you is Pride, one of you is Prejudice, and I'm zombies.
See, that's a reference that some people are going to get.
And most aren't.
Yeah.
Like all of the things I say today.
That's why we love you, Tom.
Tom, how you doing today?
Pretty good. I listened to all of my albums.
Nice.
And I did my homework.
Good
but
boy.
Not all of it, because I didn't take notes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
So yeah, the theme for this week that Tom chose was starter albums.
Yes.
Albums to get you into albums in general.
It's true, because I don't usually listen to albums whole. I am a monster, and I have a 1,000 song playlist where I just like pick and choose songs that I like and put into it.
I don't think that's that terrible of a thing
No.
either, though. I mean, like...
You just like what you like.
AJ and I listen to entireties of albums because we're snobs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like... It's honestly fine. You're not going to like every song on the album. And that's kind of the beauty of this podcast, I feel like. We kind of listen to the album in full, and obviously there are going to be ones that we either really like or fucking hate. So
Exactly.
it's
Just
kind of
like
a
any
nice-
album.
It's an equilibrium. You got to have balance.
Yeah, give and take.
I mean, AJ loved the Recess album by Skrillex.
That is true. It's become Skrillex is my favorite band of all time. I'm
just
a real
one guy.
I'm a real Skrill pill. Shut the fuck up, Matt. I'm sorry. We have a fake Skrillex fan in the house,
Damn.
ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, Tom, give us a little background on like your music taste. Like, what kind of music do you generally like? I know it's tough to define. You were telling me
A lot. I guess 80s rock is the go-to.
Okay.
That's just that's a majority of the playlist.
It's a very palatable rock.
It
But
is.
like, if you shuffle my playlist, you could get anything.
I did hear some of those tunes this
It could
past
be
weekend.
anything. It could be Mamma Mia.
The Scrubs musical episode.
It could be the Scrubs musical episode. It could be some weird improv musical thing that I put on there that I listened to one time.
I've heard this thing you keep mentioning called the Pokey Rap, the 9-minute Pokey
That's
Rap.
not on Spotify.
By Brian
I have
David
to listen to
Gilbert?
that on YouTube. Yeah, I know a majority of
Interesting.
it.
But yeah. So, Matt, who would you like to go first this week? Or Tom, would you like to pick who goes first this week?
Don't put this on me. I
Tom,
can't
you're
make
our guest,
decisions.
man.
the guest.
I don't know.
Choose.
Who do I like? If I pick AJ, what
Then-
album is it?
Then
Or
if,
I
you
pick
choose
Matt,
me,
what-
I have to talk about the album that Matt
okay,
chose for me.
so I'm picking the other person's album, but like when I pick,
Yeah.
okay,
Uh-huh.
I'll pick Matt. We'll talk about
Gladly.
AJ's album
All
choice
right.
first.
I will gladly talk about Led Zeppelin IV.
Yes, that is the album that
Not
I chose
one.
for Matt this week.
Is there a Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3?
There is.
Is there a 5?
There's no 5.
Dang.
They stopped numbering after 4. Technically,
Damn.
this album it doesn't really have a name,
They peaked.
but they just the unofficial name is 4, and they
Okay.
just kind of rock with it.
Okay.
But I guess for those who don't know, we can get a little history of Led Zeppelin. Only thing is we're in a very dark room and I can barely see, so let's see how we do in this challenge. Led Zeppelin was formed in 1968 in London, England, and they are one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Members consisted of Robert Plant on vocals, Jimmy Page on guitar, John Bonham on drums, and John Paul Jones on bass. Led Zeppelin IV was released November 8th, 1971 on Atlantic Records, and it is a certified classic. It is probably my favorite Led Zeppelin album. It's definitely a really influential album for classic rock in general, and I thought it would fit the theme very well for a starter album.
I think, honestly, I can't say that I didn't hate it. I thought it was a very, very mystical rock album, if that makes sense. It
Yeah.
had a very adventure-y sort of
They
theme.
They borrow elements from different genres of rock, which I feel like kind of makes this album a little more diverse from your typical rock album, because they borrow genres from like prog rock and Celtic folk and like real blues, like 50s rock. It's all over the place, and it really gives you a nice taste test of what all rock has to offer.
No, for real. And even like besides music genre wise, I feel like topic wise, it very much like spans across a whole bunch of things, which I will get into in a little bit. But I guess we should start off.
Go track by track.
So, starting off is the very critically acclaimed Black Dog, the first track off of Led Zeppelin IV.
What an opener.
I have to say, I really enjoyed this one. And it's funny, like, I didn't really know much about Led Zeppelin. I still don't really know much about Led Zeppelin besides, like, what I've listened to this album and I guess your brilliant recount of the history.
Yes, thank you. I am a Zepp-lander, as they call
A Zeppland? Really?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to go with here.
Yeah, so Ben Stiller actually coined that after the release of Zoolander 2.
He got a copyright
Yeah.
for the sequel,
Oh,
the
geez.
spinoff. Yeah.
Zeppelin.
Zepplanders.
But yeah, Black Dog, it's funny, like, I actually heard this song for the first time, not from this album, from a TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. One of my favorite, like, bands on TikTok, like, did a cover of it. They're called AMH Band.
Okay.
I forget what it stands for, but they typically just go by
I might know
AMH.
who that is.
It's the dude who impersonates Jack
yeah,
Black.
okay, I know exactly who that
I like
is.
them. They're pretty cool.
They're very good.
I like them a lot. And he did a little bit of a snippet of this song, and he actually performed a cover of this live. I saw it on
Cool.
YouTube. And honestly, it's fun. It's a nice like rock song about like, jiving and just like dancing and stuff.
It's great.
It's
Nothing
the-
better than a good jive.
As they say in the biz.
an
it's
airplane,
true.
yeah.
The guitar riff in the song is pretty iconic.
Yeah.
Tom, what did you think of Black Dog?
I thought this was by far the best song on the album, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Not saying the other songs aren't good. I just thought I liked this one a lot more than the rest.
Any particular reason, like specifically?
I just reminded me of the 80s rock music I know and love, like I
Okay.
listen to a lot. It felt like a song my dad would listen to. And
It is
that's
very
kind of
dad
where I
rock.
got
Dad Rocky.
a majority of my music taste.
Okay.
So Led Zeppelin definitely fit into like the kind of music I listen to anyway. So I enjoyed most of the album, but this one in particular was
Standout?
a standout.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm glad you like that one.
I added it to my playlist. That it has the download thing next to it
nice.
on Spotify, which means it's in my
I made the
playlist.
cut from Tom. That means I succeeded in the world.
It's true.
I don't need this podcast anymore. So sorry, Matt.
It's okay. More royalties for me. Don't worry, we'll cut you a little bit of a sliver just because you started it. But what I was gonna say,
Do I get
last thing about
Absolutely
Black Dog. But what I was gonna say, last thing about Black Dog was that I love how it kind of like slows down for the chorus each time, and it kind of like
everything drops out.
Yeah, it's something. It's really like loud and proud, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's really cool blues like kind of riff, and it's really cool the different time signatures they use. It's
Yeah.
constantly like switching, changing things up. Also, the drums on this song fucking rule. John Bonham is one of like the most legendary drummers of all time. Unfortunately, he died very young, and that's why they stopped Led Zeppelin.
Oh, that's why there's no 5. So my joke about they peaked was a little insensitive now. I apologize.
He was still alive when they made their 5th album, but they never made a 5.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so after 4, they stopped naming it by numbers.
Oh, they just
Yeah.
actually like came up with real
Yeah.
names?
Uh-huh.
Okay, got it.
This bit fucking sucks.
Yeah, it's okay. Moving on, let's do another song that Robert has planted into our brain.
Nice.
So,
I
Rock
get
and
it.
Roll.
It's like
Rock
his
and Roll
name.
is the second track off of Led Zeppelin IV. It's a rock song.
It's a very inspired by like the 50s rock.
I liked this one a lot.
It's
too.
fun.
For me personally, it kind of just blended together.
Just like in the mix of the album, or like it doesn't like stand out to you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Okay.
In the grand scheme of the album, for me, it kind of just felt like it blended together. And this was the one that I don't think like I really, I don't know, latched onto the most. Like each of the other ones kind of had something about it that like I felt like, oh, this
Like
stands
unique,
out.
yeah.
This one I feel like is honestly the most like, it's the most like Pirates of the Caribbean 4.
Oh, on Stranger Tides?
Yes.
Okay.
I liked that movie.
I never saw it.
It's, in my opinion, it's the most Pirates of the Caribbean 4 of all the Led Zeppelin 4 album
Really,
tracks.
really the On Stranger Tides of the Led Zeppelin discography.
And
Yeah.
just like on Stranger Tides, I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, Tom, what are your thoughts
Was it
on
the
Rock and Roll?
best song in the album? No, that's Black Dog. But I did really enjoy this song. It was a similar, as you said, it was a similar vibe to the other one.
I think it's
So
fun.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's also it's not as iconic as Black Dog, but you know the lonely like that part. Everyone knows that part. It's in like movie trailers and everything.
That's probably why I liked it.
Yeah.
That stuck out to me. Maybe that's why I remember this
fair.
song. in
Just the last
particular.
bit of that chorus.
Yeah.
Tom is a movie guy. That's why I made the Pirates
I do
reference.
like movies.
I can't say that I hated it though. I mean, it's a fun rock song. I just felt like after Black Dog, it was kind of catching up.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
all.
I feel like it keeps up the energy from Black Dog. Plus, the piano is really fucking cool.
Okay, yeah, I will bite.
Very Little Richard inspired. Just the slamming keys. Yeah.
The next track that we are going to be talking about, Battle of Evermore.
Yeah.
I actually really like this
I
one.
love this song.
This one had a very like medieval sort of like charging into battle kind of feel. I mean, it's quite literally what it's about. And
Battle
like
Forevermore.
honestly, the one thing I really enjoyed about this song, and this is what I was hinting at earlier with the topic sort of themes, I enjoyed the fact that it has Lord of the Rings references.
Yeah. So Led Zeppelin are fucking nerds. They love Lord of the Rings and like mythology and shit. And they were kind of pioneers in like kind of putting prog rock in the mainstream, taking like songs about folklore and mythology and just like putting a hard rock spin on it. They're not considered prog rock, but they take prog elements in their music. They're also very influential for making metal music because, you know, hard rock kind of led into metal. So they're a very influential band. And and the song Ramble On Led Zeppelin II, they straight up just name drop Gollum. You know, there's a track later on this album called Misty Mountain Hop. So yeah, they're just nerds. They love their Tolkien.
It was kind of crazy when I was listening to this while walking, and all of a sudden I hear the ring wraiths, and I'm like, "What the?"
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I should have, but I didn't.
It was-
I need to re-listen.
Because you're a
And-
big ring guy, right?
I've never
Okay.
I haven't seen all three of them. I enjoy Lord of the Rings. It's just a lot to sit down and watch them. So
I haven't seen
haven't-
any of them, so
They're all, and you gotta watch the extended editions. So they're
Yeah.
all like 4.5 hours long. It's rough.
It's actually kind of worth it though. Like it's
No, they're
rough, but it's worth it.
fantastic, but
Like
it's a lot.
honestly, the only reason why I picked it up like at all was because I had just started watching all the Lord of the Rings movies.
yeah.
Like
recently.
I had never
was
seen
there.
them before. So I had started watching them, and when I heard Ring Wraith, I was like, "What the?
Yeah.
What's this about?"
They like their Lord of the Rings, man.
It's kind of cool.
fun.
You know, Tom and I, we dabble in another. Tom doesn't like albums, but I can say there's probably an album that he knows most of the words of every track on, and that would be Epic Rap Battles of History.
Are those albums technically? I guess
Technically,
they've
the
been broken
collection,
into
the
seasons
compilations.
usually, but
The collections, yeah.
I do know most of the words to most of the epic rap battles.
So
Yes.
really getting an insight to our history. We had Smosh in the last episode. We have
I know a lot about Smosh songs too. I know most of the words to the
so you see Tom's music taste is a
is
wild
trash. That's what it is. Tom's music taste is trash.
No, but like the only reason why I even knew that Led Zeppelin had anything to do with Lord of the Rings, it was because there is a rap battle called it's George R.R. Martin versus J.R.R. Tolkien.
Is this rap battle also epic? Is it one of these versions?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
Coincidentally, yes.
Okay.
No, yeah, it is.
It's also of history, but that's not, that's-
Okay, I wouldn't have caught that.
No, it's really cool. There's a line where J.R.R. Tolkien, or the guy playing Tolkien, he mentions Led Zeppelin. I was always like,
Yeah.
what does that mean? But no, yeah.
Oh, that just
circle.
clicked.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that just clicked for me.
That was me when I listened to Battle of Evermore and I hear the ring race.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
It was cool.
They love their Lord of the Rings, man.
but
Matt, you can go. It's fine.
No, AJ, it's your turn to speak.
You know what, Tom? Thank you. This is why we should keep you around more. Anyway, I just really love the feel of the song. It has like even though it's like just an acoustic song, it has this really epic feeling. Like everything's like building up to this big battle. It really like the intricacy of the lyrics, just kind of building up this medieval time. Has a medieval sound in there with Jimmy Page playing that sick fucking guitar.
That is a name I recognized when you said the history. I was like, I know that name.
Yeah.
I also just like I love the feel that it's like marching.
Yeah.
There's like a weird like little sub feel that you're marching into battle. It's very immersive.
It is.
And I feel like it's Honestly, one of the highlights.
It is. It's very different, and it's a nice come down from like the hard rock of the first 2 tracks. I feel like it paces itself very well.
It's funny. It's either just like hard rock or like medieval
Which is like really like
anecdotes.
soft like music, which we will get to.
Yeah, no, Battle of Evermore was pretty sick. Now for the big one.
Yes.
The big one.
The notorious one.
The Forbidden Riff, if you would. That is from a
Not
movie.
in my guitar store.
That is from a movie that is iconic, but I've never seen.
Neither have I.
Wayne's World.
The movie's fantastic. I went as Wayne for Halloween one year.
Whoa. You could pull that off pretty well. I can see that.
Could. Me and my friend.
But track number 4, Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
So I do like the riff. Like, it's fun, and I like how it starts off like with that really calm sort of like clean guitar, you know? It's iconic.
Yeah.
It was iconic, and I never even seen the movie, but I knew the riff. It's hypnotic, if you would.
Yeah.
I think.
I feel like it does a great job just kind of like building up as it slowly introduces new elements. The tempo slowly increases before
Yeah.
it finally hits.
When it starts to...
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off.
You see, Tom, we're actually looking for a new co-host spot. So if this
Wow.
goes well,
This is is this an audition as well?
this is, yeah.
Okay,
keep in mind,
my
I'm-
resume is in your inbox already. Actually,
I've gotten 3 copies.
Yeah, I've been sending them for months now.
Well, keep in mind, I'm right next to the board, so I'd be careful
I own
what
the
you
rights,
say.
pal.
I actually I got ahead of you guys and I copyrighted all.
You gave
of
me a
this.
head? That's actually how we got the rights.
That's true. Tom's actually moving up in the world. Well, by going down. Anyway.
Anyway, you were saying, Matt, Stairway.
No, Stairway to Heaven, it has a very hypnotic riff, and I love when it picks up because
Yeah.
it starts to get like really punchy. Do you like that noise I made?
That was good.
I really didn't.
It was a great noise.
I'm not joining in on this.
Come on, Tom. Full circle. Do one.
What was your opinion, Matt? Keep going.
The only thing is, it's really long.
Yes.
So here's the thing. Progressive rock is my favorite genre of music. So I love long songs. Pink Floyd's got songs that push 20 minutes, and I have like a bunch of them on my playlist. I fucking love them. So this is nothing to me. I love this, but I understand why people don't like it, especially since it's such a slow build-up, and the payoff, in quotes, if you will, is only like a minute and a half with the guitar solo.
Yeah.
So I get it, but I still like it.
Now you said songs, right? You like long songs?
Yes.
Oh, I thought there was an S or an H in there. My apologies. Continue.
Oh, and an L?
Yeah.
Well, that's not off the table.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Continue.
No, but one last thing I'll say about Stairway to Heaven is that the lyrics I actually really enjoyed.
They're cool.
Especially like the whole thing about the piper calling up to the Stairway to Heaven. It was kind of cool. I don't know.
If the lyrics on this album are very vivid. They paint
Yeah.
like a really cool picture, especially the more melodic, slowed down stuff. This is a very kind of like it is like a biblical song. Like it's about this greedy woman who is trying to buy her way into heaven by building a stairway. It's really cool, and like there's a lot of cool imagery in there, especially this in Battle of Evermore and Going to California, which we'll get to later.
No, but overall, Stairway to Heaven, it was long, but you know,
I thought it was kind of mid, personally.
I feel like at this point, that's kind of the popular opinion on this song is people have just kind of like they get it, like it's like, oh, you can't play the riff because it's fucking easy, but I still like it. I decided to have the nostalgia for it.
I
thought the riff was fantastic, but it took me 8 minutes to get there, and I'm very impatient. It's hard to pay attention.
That is true. The next song, Misty Mountain Hop, I actually enjoyed this one.
It's fun.
It's kind of like a nice like
It's like a jaunt.
yeah. A jaunt. You have a great like
Of a vernacular.
yes.
But for
Indeed.
weird words, but not
Yeah.
like important words. It's like
Oh, yeah, dude.
jaunt and jive and ditty.
Slime and sludge.
Exactly.
Slime and Sludge. Is that like the
It's
Write that down for a future band name.
it's the sequel of like the Power Rangers grunts. What are they?
Bulk and Skull?
Yeah, it's slime and sludge.
I was thinking more along the lines of like a weird version of Pride and Prejudice.
and zombies.
Just to
course,
circle
yes.
back to that.
Slime and sludge
Well-
and zombies.
Well, I really liked it. I thought it was really punchy, and I
Yeah.
really I don't know, like something.
Again, it pays very well because it picks up where Stairway leaves off on like a nice like slow beat. It picks it right back up with the fast stuff.
yeah.
I thought it was really good, but then I realized that there weren't any Tolkien dwarves singing the Misty Mountain song, so
All right.
it's bad
Guys,
now.
let's just address the controversy here. All right.
There were
Back in the 70s, Robert Plant wanted to bring in a bunch of hobbits to sing. The Hobbits one in Matt, I'm telling a
The problem
story.
is you want hobbits.
Are we
It's
allowed
dwarves
to?
that sing
Are
the
we allowed
Misty
to say
Mountain
that
song.
on the air? Are we allowed to say Hobbit on the air?
Tom, you're kind of short. Are we allowed to
Yeah. As a short person, I give you permission to say hobbit. Yeah.
All right, sweet. We can say the H word.
I'm a short person with hairy feet,
Oh,
and I eat all day long. So you're in.
Continue, my
kind of a
historian.
hobbit.
Anyway, so Robert Plant brought in all these hobbits, and Jimmy Page was like, "Whoa, dude, what's with this?" And it's like, "Hey, man, it's cool. They're gonna sing the chorus for us." And the hobbits were like, "Okay, but we're gonna get our royalties, right? We're gonna get paid a lot of gold and razors and shaving cream and mutton, right? Because they got to shave their feet, but they can't afford it."
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
How is the Hobbit economy?
Oh, these days it's tanked. You see, Stairway to Heaven was actually supposed to, make that thrive, but Led Zeppelin backed out of the deal because Robert Plant was a little ignorant of Hobbit culture.
That's fair. It was.
Yeah,
It was.
It was
a different
70s.
time.
Yeah, different time. So that's why there are no hobbits on this song, Tom.
And for their ignorance, I'm out.
So this song is actually about Robert Plant getting arrested at a pot rally.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can
That's
very
a very
much hear
hobbit
that.
move.
Yeah.
I can very much hear that now that I'm thinking back. To be honest, what were you gonna say, Tom?
Was that pop rally by any chance Bilbo's 111th birthday?
I
That
never
was a
seen
sick
it.
Lord of the Rings reference.
If I watched it, I would've got
I
it.
hope it's 111. If it's like 121 and I'm wrong
Comments will let you know,
or
man.
something, yeah.
I got the reference.
My mom is gonna comment on this video that she's disappointed in me and she didn't get the reference.
Hey, man, it's okay.
Okay, Matt, what were you gonna say? I'm sorry I interrupted you for that just god awful joke.
No,
and
it's
reference.
okay. I enjoyed it. As a guy who just watched that movie, I enjoyed that.
But none of the listeners did.
No, I will say the one only downside to this, and this is more of a me thing, this band is very similar to Queen in many regards.
Okay.
Like in their like overall sound, because Queen kind of did like a medieval thing
Yeah.
at one point, especially on
Queen
like
2.
Yeah, Queen 2. I was just about to say.
What about Queen 4?
That doesn't all exist, unfortunately.
ridiculous.
There's the greatest hits, but
You see, so Queen actually quit after 2 numbers, while Led Zeppelin quit after 4. So, yeah.
yeah,
Never mind.
Queen's 1 and 2, very, very weird albums. But anyway, back to this one. I think at some point in this song, I kind of just was listening to it and was like, oh yeah, I like this because it sounds like Queen. And that's where I was kind of like, okay, this song's all right.
Okay.
I will say I did enjoy it, but I also kind of was reminiscing more about Queen when I was listening to it.
So it's like what you could have had when you were listening to it.
Almost, yeah. But honestly,
It's solid.
Yeah,
I really
it's
enjoy
solid.
it. This is the song that like kind of got me into Led Zeppelin in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I really love the piano on this, like the keys. I feel like the riff is really fun. So yeah, I have a soft spot for it.
I like the harmonies on this one quite a lot. The harmonies on this album overall, very, very good.
They're extremely talented technical musicians. Like they can pull off some really incredible stuff, which we'll actually see on the next track.
The next track, 4 Sticks.
Yes, this song is really cool. It has some, like Black Dog, really cool time signatures. It's all in 5/8 and 6/8. It's also very hard for the musicians, especially John Bonham, to record. I learned.
It sounded pretty difficult for the drummer, honestly.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like-
he pulled it off very, very well. But like, it was cool. I actually really, really liked it.
It's really weird offbeat syncopation stuff, and it sounds really cool. It's a really nice change of pace. It's like, it sounds kind of different from the standard rock that we hear from out, and it's just like a different kind of feel.
It kind of reminded me of Ballroom Blitz,
Yeah.
just a little bit.
with
It
all
has,
the
like-
accents.
Yeah.
That's a great song. I know that one.
Thanks, regular show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
uh-huh.
But no, I mean, other than that, I really don't have that much else to say about it.
It's a solid track. I feel like it's the common consensus that this is like the weakest track on the album, but I think it's still pretty good. It's pretty very
This
solid.
is another one of the tracks that like I remember listening to and remember enjoying, but I could not tell you anything more about it than that.
no, exactly.
Like I need to
same.
re-listen to it,
Okay.
and I'll be like, "Oh, I did enjoy this." I listened to the whole album again today for
Yeah.
like the 4th time, and every time a new song, I was like, "Oh yes, it's this one. I did enjoy this."
Hey man, I get that. It takes a couple listens for me to understand all the tracks, which we will get to when we talk about my album for the week.
Only a couple more songs to go,
Yeah.
my friend. This next one is actually my personal favorite off of the entire album because I actually think it's the first song off this album that I heard. I wasn't even listening
Oh.
to this album like ever in
Yeah.
full until now. But this song came on in one of my Spotify like recommended playlists,
Oh,
and it was
My Spotify recommended playlists are the most garbage list of music you've ever heard in your life.
I feel like I would be disturbed if I saw that.
I'm oh yeah, Tom's in particular. But I don't know. I mean, Tom, at least most of the songs that you like are enjoyable.
Yeah.
For the most part.
They're fun.
But
I
this
think.
Tom's a dark side.
this next track, Going to California,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this.
Yeah. It's very pleasant.
It's a nice break from just the whole like hard rock scene.
I feel like that's kind of like a really nice pattern that's the album has. It's like hard rock, then soft rock to like close it out. Well, besides the final track of the album. But yeah, Going to California is another very nice calm down. I think it's probably the best like softer track on this album.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was a much needed break, in my opinion. And I really feel like it was nice to stop the whole motif or like hidden like theme of "We are rock band, hear me roar." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I really just liked the whole chill like plucking of the strings throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of the one song by The Who. It's like off of the Who by Numbers album.
I don't really know the Who that much.
Oh,
that
okay.
well.
Okay. I'll have to figure out which one that is so I can tell you later.
Yeah.
But they have a song that's kind of like that, where it's just more like plucked strings and like all these. It's that one's a bit more orchestral. But
Okay.
This one's cool. I like this one.
Yeah.
It was a nice needed break. But last but not least, the final one.
When the Levee Breaks.
Yes.
This one's really cool. So this is actually a cover song, a song from 1929 of the same name.
Really?
Yeah. It's a blues riff about, I wrote it down, and as I said, I can't really see, so let me see.
Oh, he's using a flashlight to read like my dad at a restaurant.
And it is canon that I am Tom's dad, so this makes sense.
It's true.
So yeah, it's about the Great Mississippi Flood of 1927. And Led Zeppelin just made a hard rock blues version of it, and it's really cool. And Tom, what are your thoughts on the length?
Long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was most of the songs on here were pretty long though. It was a great backtrack for lab work that I had to do for class.
I can see that.
So letting this play, that's also why I now don't remember it, because I couldn't like be checking
Yeah, be
them, because a
focusing,
lot of
yeah.
times I was
You listen
in
to
order
it
to
in
listen
passing.
to it, I had to like in order to get all of it in as many times as I did, I had to listen to it while doing other things.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know, like, I don't know the name of a lot of the songs, but when I hear them, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
I gotcha.
And it was just when I was driving and Stairway to Heaven was playing for 9 minutes on my drive. I was like, this is too much.
I don't know why, but the part where it's like, I'm going to Chicago, I started like laughing for no apparent reason.
Because Chicago's a funny place.
He'd be going to Chicago.
I
What will
don't know
he do?
why. I don't know why. It just like, I just started laughing when I heard Chicago for some reason.
It's weird that they're going to Chicago when the
they're
last song is going to California. It's like they're not even close to each other.
And they were
Yeah.
in Middle Earth
What's the
in the
deal?
past two
Hobbit-
songs.
They were in the Middle
Yeah.
Earth.
Hobbits don't even fucking live there, okay? Like,
Hey man, let's
Hey.
just we already talked about the controversy. There's no need to bring up the bad blood.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, come on. So anyway,
Matt, what did you think of When the Levee Breaks?
I did enjoy it though.
I pretty much the same as what Tom said, to be honest with you. I kind of just feel like it was a nice closer, but it was also just a bit long.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't mind length. Fellas, I don't mind length.
I mean, the album has 8 songs on it, and it's about 40 minutes long. That means
Yeah.
about 5 minutes a song.
So?
Which is pretty long. I've listened to the 9-minute poker rap multiple times,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of it, so I can't complain that much.
Hey man, I get it, but I mean,
But-
40 minutes is standard album length, and as long as the whole
fair.
cohesive project is like that time, I feel like every song is as long as every song earns its length, then it's good.
In other
Yeah.
words, ladies and gentlemen, it's average.
It's not about the length; it's
That's
what you
true.
do with it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Now, not to spoil, I did really like the album.
Yeah.
And not to spoil ahead a little bit, but I liked it more than the other one.
Okay.
It's fair enough.
I feel like, yeah, we'll
so-
get to that when we get to that.
As a starter album, what do you guys think? Do you think it's a good fit to get you into music, to get you into album-oriented rock, just to listen to? What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I think, honestly, yes. I think it's a very, very nice rock album if you're just trying to get into the whole rock scene and
Yeah.
look back into like what rock used to be. Because I like to think that all music is like a little bit derivative, not in like a bad way, but like derivative of each other. And
Yeah.
we kind of bounce off each other and like new things kind of emerge as time goes on. And I like to think that this is sort of like one of
Evolution.
maybe this is one of like the pillars.
Oh,
you
it
know what I
is.
mean?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I
this
think-
album is incredibly influential in the rock scene. I feel like it opens up a lot of avenues to explore different subgenres of rock, like prog, metal, folk, all that kind of stuff.
Math.
Math rock.
I'm still really disappointed that that's not like nerdy rock about like algebra.
No, it's nerdy in a different way.
I was still extremely disappointed
That it's
to
not just
find
about
that
numbers.
out. Yeah, no.
I think it definitely could be a good starter album.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, it didn't change my opinion on. I'm not gonna like start listening to whole albums now or anything, but I thought it was good. I
Okay.
enjoyed most of the songs on there. I don't think any of the songs on there dropped below like a 5 out of 10. Like even the worst song was still higher than that. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right. Well,
I-
I'm glad to hear you guys liked it.
Yeah, I think the only one that's like at 5 is like
Stairway.
Stairway to Heaven. It's pretty, middle of the road.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So, ratings. What do you guys give it?
Out
The
of
whole
10,
album.
want to go first, Tom?
The whole album. What are we rating it out of?
So basically, what I do, give it a score out of 10. For me, that's objective, and then on a tier list, that's subjective.
okay,
Yeah.
So we're doing out of
I mean,
10,
that's just for
and
me.
then on a tier list.
You can do either or.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd give it 7.9 Leds out of 10 Zeppelins.
Okay,
I see.
that's pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
pretty good. Yeah, like a 7 to 8 range.
It's like
I
a
feel
solid B
yeah.
tier.
Yeah, I put it up to A tier. I feel like it deserves A
Yeah.
tier. I feel like it's more influential than I will ever understand and be able to give it credit for with my lack of music knowledge.
That's pretty
So
good.
I feel like it deserves A tier.
Nice. Matt, how about you?
You know what? Honestly, I kind of feel the same. I feel like I would rate it like a 7 out of 10 at least. I don't know if I'd go into like the decimals. You know what I mean?
Because you're a coward.
It's true. But the thing is, honestly, when it comes to
He's flipping me off for the people at home, just so you all know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not letting you get away with that.
Matt also just brought out a gallon of milk from under the studio, and he's dumping it all over the console.
Sorry. A guy's got to do what a guy's got to do.
Where did you even get that? Was I just in here?
Yeah, I actually stored it overnight.
That was
good.
smart. That was good.
I did notice how chunky it was.
That's how you savor the flavor.
It's not milk. Anyway,
It's
so
yogurt now.
the thing is, I do really like the album, but I see why people like the album, but I don't think I'm going to be like re-listening to it.
That's fair.
At least anytime soon. So I'd probably give it like, I'd probably put it in A tier and give it like a 7.
All right.
Because honestly, I see why people like it, but it's just maybe not my specific rock
Yeah,
scene.
I gotcha. I'd probably give it 9.5 out of 10 and also put it in A tier.
I do plan on re-listening through it to see if any of the other songs are worthy of my
Your playlist.
ultimate playlist.
Oh, yes.
My just absolute dog shit. Everything in the world on one playlist that I hit shuffle on and then skip through until I find something I want to listen to.
Hey, man, as long as you enjoy the music you listen to, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Tell that to the other people in my car.
Speaking of enjoying music, that's something that I didn't really do with this week's album for me.
See, I continue.
So,
Get to-
AJ, what was the album that I asked you to listen to?
so the album that Matt gave to me was Some Nights by the band Fun.
Now, Fun is a pop rock, also referred to as Baroque rock on some occasions, an alternative rock band that started in 2008 and kind of just disappeared in
Yeah.
2015.
Thank God. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, it's funny. You're not the only person to hate Fun.
I don't hate Fun. I'll get into my thoughts a little later, but
I
you
do hate
continue.
Joy, though.
A lot of people don't like them because people were always like, "Oh, the original bands they were in were much better."
Oh, okay.
But
Oh, that's
I mean,
fair.
it all kind of blends.
All right, I
But
gotcha.
like the members include the lead singer Nate Ruse, sometimes referred to as Nathan.
Okay.
That's kind of it.
That's all he's known for.
What's the longer version of his last name, though?
That's it.
Krusty.
Thank you.
Yep.
Let the record show that is correct. He's on
Change the wiki.
He's on lead vocals, and he actually arranged all the songs.
Which is very impressive.
I don't know his like musical background, but it's apparently he just arranged all of them. So that's pretty cool.
Good for him.
Other member, he's the guitarist, drummer, bassist. Let's see. I'm pretty sure even occasionally would work on the synth. His name is Jack Antonoff.
Yeah, he's big right now.
He is my favorite of the three
Uh-huh.
because he actually made something of his career.
Yeah.
No,
Name
but
sounds familiar.
he's the lead singer and founder of Bleachers.
Mm-hmm.
He was also in a bunch of other bands, I believe.
He's
One of
also
them
like a
being
really-
Steel Train.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, man. Now I'm the one interrupting. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. It's only fair, you know? But no, he's an amazing guitarist.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the guitar work on this album fucking shreds.
He kind of is like the bones of fun, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very solid foundation, and he kind of
soul.
carries the band.
He's the
No,
soul
I agree.
of fun.
I honestly feel
Okay. Fair enough.
Tom, I respect your opinions.
You shouldn't.
the final member is the pianist and keyboardist Andrew Dost. He kind of I believe he has music on his own.
Okay.
But nothing really much after fun.
Going back to Jack Antonoff, though, he's like really big as a producer now, right?
Yeah, he's produced for a bunch of different artists, like let's see, Taylor Swift. I believe he also did this one artist I like, Claude. They're pretty cool.
Did he do Lady Gaga too?
I think.
Okay, maybe. I remember seeing that somewhere, but I could be wrong.
I have Googled him already, so I'll look.
Oh, yes.
I'll see what I can find.
He's produced for Lana Del Rey, another
That's the
huge
other
one.
Yeah.
He's also experimented in a bunch of different like side projects. I believe called Red Hearse is one of the other ones.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool.
He's got a lot under his belt.
He does, and his musicality is incredible.
Oh, yes, it is fantastic.
I feel like when it comes to fun, and you can even quote me on this for like the first album they ever had called Aim and Ignite. I feel like Nate definitely was like, let's do this, Jack, let's do this. And then Jack was like, okay. And then just like they did that. And then Andrew was just kind of there for the ride.
He was just there.
No, for real. That's what it feels like in all the interviews too.
Okay.
He co-wrote and produced Lord's melodrama.
Yes, he did work with Lord.
Okay. Yeah.
He worked on the hit film Love, Simon.
I think he also worked on the hit film Warmer Than North, if I'm not mistaken.
God, I hope so.
I'm pretty
he
sure
co-produced with Lana Del Rey's
Yes.
sixth studio album. I don't know if we said that already.
he has a song in Love, Simon. It's called Alfie's Song, Not a Typical Love Song. And it's actually one of my favorites by Bleachers.
He co-wrote Brave with Sarah Bareilles.
The movie?
No, the song.
You can change your fit. No.
Yeah, that was him. He's the voice of Merida.
In the new Despicable Me movie, whichever one it is, Rise of Gru, he does a cover of Instant Karma by John Lennon.
Cool.
And it's actually quite good.
Neat.
But fun. We're talking about Bleachers.
Oh, for a band called Fun, this album sure is fucking depressing.
Hey, the first three songs are pretty good.
I believe you mean the 2 through 4, because the first track is actually the Some Nights intro.
Which is weird, and I was...
AJ, why don't you dive in?
All right, so Tom, this intros are very common on albums. They kind of just are there to like set up what it's going to be about, or just to like lead you into it. Like it's Gorillaz Demon Days is a good example of that.
Of course.
A lot of Gorillaz albums do that too. Plastic Beach fucking rules.
Love it.
But this intro is really strange. They try a lot of different things, genre bending. That's a theme of this album as well. And also one thing to note, just like Skrillex's Recess, the use of fuck sounds a little immature sometimes. It sounds like kind of like a bratty child saying it.
Is that like, what about when we do it? Because we've all been cursing this whole time.
Well, we actually have a podcast and taste. And
Oh, yes. Three men with a podcast. We can say whatever we want.
Exactly.
Actually, I don't have a podcast. I'm just a guest.
You know, Nate Roos is actually like a very young-looking dude.
Nate who?
The lead singer of Fun.
Now, you say young looking. What does that mean? Is he actually old?
He's like 40?
Oh, wow.
Actually, let me see.
Let's not confirm whether that's old or not. We don't want to offend any of our audience.
Yes, we
members.
do.
That's
no.
very young.
You look great for your age.
Nate.
Except for you, Jack.
Yeah, fuck you, Jack. We got your email, man.
Yeah.
We're not going to stop.
Yeah,
Never.
What are you doing? Jack shit. Anyway.
Good pun on the name of that viewer.
Fucking get him, dude.
No one named Jack is ever going to listen to this show.
No one's going to listen to the show.
I actually, earlier, I said viewers, and I'd like to rescind to viewer. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to imply multiple people.
That's good. That's good. We got to be self-aware.
Set a low bar.
I do kind of agree with you on the premature fuck.
Yeah.
What a wild sentence out of context.
No, but like I do agree. I feel like they kind of drop it a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's in this song in particular where it's like
It happens really early, and it's like, whoa, like this feels like kind of weird to start off with.
it's 2, right?
I think it's
There's
2.
the part where it's like some nights I say fuck it all, and then
Yeah.
I'm just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I feel like it's 2 of them. But no, the thing is, one thing I did mention I think before the podcast was upon re-listen, because I used to listen to this like all throughout high school. You could tell what kind of person I was since the fact that I used to listen to this album all the time.
Hey, we've known. It's okay.
No, but the thing is, honestly, it really just kind of feels like they discovered what a launch pad is.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Especially with the whale noise that happens in the middle of it.
Yeah, like it's
I love finding
they just like fuck around with stuff and just to like see what happens. Like there's opera singers in the background.
I kind of like that though. That was kind of cool.
I think it's neat, but I feel like it's just kind of strange. I feel like the performance is like a little strange. That's just me though. But yeah, this segues right into the title track of the album, Some Nights, and I feel like this song starts off really strong, but then has again some very weird choices, which is a common theme throughout this whole album. Like the verses and the choruses are great, but it gets to the pre-chorus and it has this whole like militaristic like snare drum beat all throughout, and then it goes to this weird like synthy 808 break on the pre-chorus. It's so strange and jarring, and I feel like it kind of kills the pacing before jumping right back up again into the chorus.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the music video?
I've seen parts of it in a Watch Mojo countdown.
That's the only way I've seen a music video.
Tom, what did you think of Some Nights, like the actual Some Nights?
I mean, I knew it already, which was a big change compared to a lot of the other songs that we've been listening to. I liked it. I liked it when it came out and it was popular, and then I listened to it again and I still knew the words a little bit, which means it's a good song as far as I'm concerned.
On the Tom scale, this gets a
if I
seal of
know
approval.
some of the words, it's automatically like top 10.
I've heard him sing "We Didn't Start the Fire" by Billy Joel.
I do know every word.
That's good.
Also, Weird Al's White and Nerdy. I'm pretty proud of that one.
Tom is the pinnacle of taste, if you couldn't tell.
But no, I mean, the music video for Some Nights, it's basically the members of Fun in a...
Like a civil Gettysburg, Battle of Gettysburg type thing. One Gettysburg. I missed the S.
There's going to be one viewer and one Gettysburg watching the show.
No, but it's a weird music video, honestly. They're like these battle scenes. Next thing you know, they're just standing in this one corner, just like... Some nights I wish. Oh yeah, the nephew. What the hell was up with that?
Dude, Fun's got some wild fucking lyrics in this, man.
Nate Roos, the lead singer, as I will keep saying over and over again.
Who is he?
You know,
What does he do?
It's not important.
He's like 40, I think.
You know,
He looks young though.
spokesperson for Launchpad. But anyway, no, I believe for every single group he's been in and his solo stuff, he's written every lyric.
Yeah.
And I think now I'm kind of starting to be a little bit like, this was very much 2011.
So strange, yeah. Like going back to the Some Nights intro, there's a line that's like tea parties and Twitter and like that.
I've never been so bitter.
That line is so fucking cringe.
It's weird. Why mention Twitter in
don't
an
know.
album? Like,
Why not?
I feel like that also just did not age well at all. Just name dropping social media on anything just doesn't really age very well. This is a very weird tangent, but the Total Drama reboot just got announced. They put out some they put out some official promo material, and one of the challenges they have to do a TikTok.
oh,
Yeah,
Is Nate Roos in this show?
I don't think so, and I think he's also 40.
he sounds like a whiny
But he
teenager.
looks so young.
He sounds like a whiny teenager on most of this album.
He really does.
True, but that was 2011, Matt.
Wait till the last track.
Oh
might-
fuck!
Sound like a whiny adult now.
So, Some Nights.
I feel like it had a lot of potential, and I overall enjoy it, but some strange production choices and creative choices just kind of bring it down for me. So I like it, but not as much as some other tracks on this album.
I see.
I feel like it's the weakest single on this album.
Out of all
Lisa,
nights,
that's a
I'd
great-
give it Some Nights. Thank you.
Honestly, I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Whenever I would listen to this in my playlist, I always felt like it was only sometimes like a full listen. Like, I like the beginning.
Yeah,
I love how
it
like
hits like really hard, and I love that.
I love how he kind of tries to make his voice sound a bit more soul, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But then after a while, the 808 kind of
It's such like a
It's jarring.
It's so strange. Like why would you do that? It doesn't fit the tone of the song at all.
it's very jarring. But what is the next track,
The
AJ?
next track is iconic. It is "We Are Young."
I have to say, I remember liking this song a lot more.
I agree. I feel like taking off the rose-colored rose-tinted glasses, it doesn't. I wouldn't say hold up as well, but I don't have so much enjoyment for it. I feel like on my latest re-listen, I liked it a little more, but once I listened to it the first time, I was like, oh yeah, this is the part where like everything that comes in it hits, and then it doesn't. It feels like it falls flat a little bit on the chorus. And I feel like that has a little bit to do with our version of it. As we mentioned, we're in a cover band, and We Are Young is one of our songs. And I feel like we just go really hard on the chorus.
Future guest and our bassist Fataday, he usually sings the chorus, and I feel like, honestly, I don't want to say he does it justice better, but honestly, I guess maybe it's just because we're used to that one.
I think that might be what it is. Is like that's just so ingrained in our head that the original version just doesn't really hit as hard.
No, for real.
Since he's not here, personally, I think he's trash, and the original version is better.
Oh shit, dude, we got some beef.
And also, just in case he doesn't want his name dropped, redacted. You can slide that in front. You know, edit
got that,
in.
bud.
Yeah, don't worry, I
Power
got you.
Post. Also, there was this is something that also happens on the album is Nate's strange emphases on certain lyrics that I just thought.
Or spot on.
Thanks, man.
No,
He does it a few times, which is really interesting to note.
Nate is very interesting in the way he sings.
Yeah.
He has a crazy good range.
He does.
Like, it's insane. His low range is all right, but like his high range is
Oh yeah, he can go there.
he's so young, but like the thing
but he's
is
40.
He may be 40 years old, but he has the range of someone who is just
So
it's
young.
like, yeah, we are young,
Yes,
and so is he.
No, but like he has an immaculate high range, but like I don't know, and I'm not saying you need to be like classically trained or anything to like be a pop singer. That's bullshit.
I am saying that. There's a hard line.
But honestly,
Music expert Tom Murphy says
Exactly.
but honestly, I feel like some of the liberties he takes on like his albums when it comes to like exploding into like whatever he's about to sing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like seeing him in concert is very interesting.
Yeah, because you mentioned he does like the effects as well when he performs live, correct?
Only on the final track, but we'll get to that in a
Oh, yeah,
moment.
we'll get to that
I know
one.
how much you like that one.
Yeah. Anyway, We Are Young is cool. Just a little other thing. The kind of 80s pressure sound of the third chorus is really cool, and I like that a lot. Overall, the song is pretty good. It's probably my second favorite single on the album. But it doesn't hold up as much as it did when I was like 12.
Amen.
Man, we are old.
I was 10, I'm pretty sure.
2011.
Oh, I was 11. I'm old.
2011, I was 10, and Matt was younger.
He was just
Exactly.
a wee lad. I believe it was his third birthday when this album came out.
Yeah.
I'm half of Nate Ruse's age, and I look like I'm older than him.
We're not doing this bit again.
I'm half of Nate Ruse's age, and I look about the same. I look like a child still.
No, but
Move as we're gonna carry on to this next track.
As the Muppets once said, moving right along.
Yes.
segue.
Cha cha cha.
Sick Gravity Falls reference.
Thanks, man. Anyway, carry on. Best single on this album might be the best song on this album.
Hardcore agree.
This
I'm
song is
gonna
really
say
good.
It absolutely is I'm gonna make a hard statement, take a
Yeah.
hard stance, and say that it is the best song on the album.
It's such an uplifting melody and
is.
such an uplifting message, even though there's some slight speculation.
Going back to We Are Young just for a second. So this song, as you said, is a little controversial because it's speculated it's about domestic violence, correct?
Some people have speculated that it's about domestic violence in the bridge.
In the bridge, okay. Well, going back to We Are Young, the lyric, "My seat's been taken by some sunglasses," I always thought the lyric was asking about a star, not asking about a scar that I gave to you months ago. I was like, whoa,
Is he like a
dude.
teacher? Like a golden star?
I didn't know. I was just like, oh, it's pop. It doesn't, the lyrics don't fucking matter. And that's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny about the whole We Are Young thing, because that's actually the reason I was listening to like an interview like that they were talking about the album. We Are Young is what made them make the album,
Oh, really?
which is surprising.
So the song came before the album,
Yeah.
and then it got them a fucking Grammy. So honestly, good choice.
I mean, hey, what the hell,
yeah.
right?
But anyway, Carry On is really good. It's got a nice 6/8 feel.
Yes.
There's a fucking accordion in there. It's really cool. When they genre bend well, it works really well. And this is a really nice, like, I don't really know what to say, like a waltz kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's like a trot.
A trot, yes.
I really love the instrumentation. I love
Yeah.
how many instruments you can just clearly hear in this. And then that guitar solo is iconic.
Yeah, dude, Jack is an incredible guitarist, man. Like,
Yo, you should listen to his stuff on Bleachers. Like,
Okay.
I'm not even kidding you. It's incredible, especially
Sweet.
on I Wanna Get Better.
okay.
It's very good.
Not to be confused with It Gets Better.
Which doesn't.
Oh,
But anyway, the Carry On is really fucking good. I really love the emphasized triplets after each like lyric. The pa, 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 pa. It's really sick.
One thing that I do hate about this song, the back to the launchpad thing. So
oh yeah, the outro.
There is this nice little uplifting moment where Nate Ruess sings, "No one's ever gonna stop us now," and then for some reason their producer Jeff Basker decided to be like, "Oh, okay, let's repeat that like 18 more times, but fit it in like the span of 20 seconds."
Yeah, and it's just overlapping. No one's ever gonna
stop. No
Now-
one's ever gonna stop us now. It's like.
Do you think they chose 18 because despite him being 40, he looks 18?
Tom, shut the fuck up.
Sorry, I felt like I'm trying to connect the dots here, you know?
Hey man, I appreciate that.
It's just it was worth saying. I feel like it's
Good callback.
for all my conspiracy theorists out there getting
Yeah.
the comments, you know
all connects.
the truth.
It all connects.
Yes. Anything else about Carry On, or shall we carry on to this next track?
I'm very excited to carry on to this next track.
Well, this next track is called It Gets Better.
My least favorite song on this entire album.
I'm going to take a hard stance and say this is the worst song on the album
I agree.
by far.
I agree. I fucking hate this song.
I don't like it, but I don't think it's the worst.
The drum beat is really annoying.
Can confirm it doesn't get better.
It's such a weird concept because everything else is just like, standard pop fare, but this is a pop punk song.
I think, okay, so Fun kind of started off as a little bit of a pop punk kind of band.
Okay.
So this really felt more like an homage
To the early days.
to their first album, Aim and Ignite, but not a good one.
Yeah.
To be honest, I really feel like this song it's out of place.
It is. It doesn't really fit tonally, especially with the intro. The intro is fucking weird. It sounds like breakcore with a mixture of brown Arroween with the drum beat. It's very strange.
Yeah. Like, I also just don't like the whole, like, what have we done?
Yeah, the verses are bad.
I don't like how he says, oh my God, so much. That's what I said when I was listening to it. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God.
Oh, brother.
It doesn't get better.
Oh my God, he sounds so young. Sorry, I forgot. This horse isn't gonna beat itself to death, okay?
Fuck me. Well, just like this joke, it doesn't get better either.
Good luck editing this,
First of
AJ.
all, you guys are laughing way harder every time I say it, so
I guess he's doing something, right?
I feel like most of AJ and I's humor is just, like, pretty much just repetitive, like, dumbassery.
It really is. Like, honestly, I don't know why I'm complaining. My humor is fucking stupid. You heard my fucking Hobbit rant.
Like, we're going to laugh
that was
about...
top tier. I don't know what you're talking about.
Thanks, man.
Like, outside of the podcast, we're probably going to laugh about this, like,
100%.
later.
And everyone else in our room is gonna hate it.
Yes, just like a other bit that we're not explaining because no one's going to fucking get it or find it funny. Anyway, this song's about losing your virginity, I found out.
It gets better?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Somehow it's worse.
Wow. I hate it even more now.
Yeah.
What's the shit that the guy says in the bridge? He's like, it's like this dude like talking.
Oh, is this when he talk sings?
Yo, he does this on another song on his solo album. Maybe we'll do another one
All
where
right.
we talk about Grand Romantic.
Another
his
fun
solo.
run.
Make sure I'm not the guest that week. I don't want to listen to it.
Not for real. You don't. You really, really don't.
Well, it gets better. Unfortunately, it does not get better. But this next track, Why Am I the One? I also don't think it gets that better, but that's an unpopular opinion.
It certainly gets better than it gets better.
That's true.
In my opinion.
I am kind of a sucker for sad songs, and I feel like this is one of the most sad and depressing ass songs I've ever heard.
Okay.
And I love it. Except some of the lines. It's really
Yeah.
the lyrics. Like some
Again.
people would read, like, I think he one time got like not a Pulitzer, but he got like some sort of writing award for his lyricism.
Okay.
But then like he has some of the lines about like his nephew and
Yeah.
then like the martyr in his bed tonight. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's so weird, man. Like he's so young. Okay,
It's not as funny when you do it.
Jesus.
You know what? I took a risk. It didn't pay off. Tom, what did you think of this song?
Honestly, I don't remember it that much. I'm gonna just tell everyone right now. We all went on a long car ride yesterday, so we
did.
listened to this album entirely together. And I still don't remember it all that
I feel
much.
like it's just like a really boring standard pop song and that doesn't really stand
I
out.
remember Matt saying, I really like this one. It's sad. I think it was about this song.
It is.
Yeah.
And I remember noting that he said that, but I don't and I remember thinking, yeah.
I like the guitar riff. The guitar of the
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom.
yeah.
It is cool.
I do like that.
It has like a nice like country folky feel.
So
Yeah.
one thing that we were kind of joking about in the car at one point was the line that we thought was, I finished kissing my dad.
Yeah.
It's actually, I finished kissing my death.
Oh.
Can we change it to kissing my
Yeah.
dad? Because that's better.
Can we also say kissing my dad, parentheses, Jack comes in the background says on the lips.
I was gonna give the song a higher score because of that line, but now
We got to knock that down a little bit.
yeah, 0 out of 10. Without I kiss my dad on there, what's the point?
You see, it was weird because like I was like, what the hell is that? Like, why would he? But then like he mentions his dad and his mom in like so many
Yeah.
of his songs, like throughout his entire discography. So it's like, all right,
It's strange. He has a way with words, but it's not a very good way.
yeah.
Well, this next track is a very pleasant surprise. All Alone. I quite enjoyed this song. I really liked it.
I think this is where the hip hop elements really start to come in.
Yeah.
Because the producer Jeff Basker is a hip hop producer.
Yeah,
that was his roots.
You said he started with Kanye,
I
right?
believe so. It
Yeah.
was a Kanye album that Nate Russo was listening to, which is part of the reason why it genre bends so much.
Yeah.
It's because he was listening to some hip hop and he was like, you know what? I want to try doing this with our music.
And it works sometimes.
It does.
Yeah, like on this song, I think it works really well. It's kind of an interesting combination. Like the verses have this like hip hop feel, but then the chorus has almost like a ska feel. It feels like a Chumbawamba song, if that makes sense.
No, yeah.
Yeah,
It feels like it gets knocked down.
but back up again, and we're never gonna keep it down.
Amen.
I really like the lyrics of this song quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a really neat allegory.
It is.
Yeah.
I also really love the way that it flows out of this like deep sinking feeling that Why Am I the One sets you in.
Yeah, it
And
brings
then-
it back up.
And then it kind of turns to this weird like do 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 like this weird like
The synth-
8-bit.
It's really cool. Like the synths
Yeah.
of this song, it's almost it is almost like 8-bit. It's a very strange filter, but it sounds really fucking cool.
Don't get me wrong, Jack Antonoff I feel like really carried fun, but like Andrew Dust
Yeah,
sometimes
He
like
slept on.
even in like We Are Young and like the opening piano riff and Carry On.
yeah.
He slept on, but at the same time used so well.
Yeah.
In all of them.
So yeah, All Alone, all around a solid track. And sorry, what were you gonna say, Matt?
I was just gonna say this one is one of my, I think it's like my top 3 off of the album.
All
This song
Alone,
was pretty.
or this next one?
All right.
Ah, yes, 2 songs with all in the title, back to back. All Right was also pretty good. I also really enjoyed this one.
It's a very like tangent-esque song. To be honest
Yeah.
with you, I feel like this one and the next one are very much like tangents.
Yeah,
But I
it
like
works
this
a lot
one.
better on this one.
I like this one because I feel like it's for some reason it's very much like a downward spiral in quality too. But no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I feel like it's very much like a down. It feels like what it feels like to spiral. Like when I'm
Yeah.
listening to it, it feels familiar in a weird way.
It has like a little bit of like a melancholy feel. It's kind of like a little uplifting, but there's a bit of like a dark undertone there. But it's got that children's choir, so it's a little hopeful, a little creepy because his nephew might be in there, and who knows what he might do.
Hey, it's his nephew and all of his nephew's friends.
That's right.
It's true. I love the drum beat, and I also kind of
Yeah.
love the opening piano. Andrew Dost always kills it on the opening piano, but
He
the
does.
drum beat is like this really cool. Like, how would you describe it as a drummer?
Let me see what I wrote down.
You hit drums.
I do slap the skins. I am known for that.
I tickle the ivories.
I am worthless when it comes to music.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't write anything down, and the beat's not coming to my head. I'll just say it's cool. I'll also say that Fun hates cymbals because there's a very severe lack of cymbals on their drum beats.
Yeah, they don't like the @ symbol or the hashtag.
No, the pound sign, bro.
Pound sign.
That's the
Get
same
that-
thing as a
get that
hashtag.
shit
The
outta here.
ampersand?
It is. I like ampersand.
Me
Ampersand's good.
too.
That's the logo for Dungeons and Dragons.
I literally like draw when I'm writing my notes and I have to write I literally like write it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
Like, it's the
I draw
ampersand.
the
It's so
ampersand.
convenient.
It's a lot faster than writing the word and.
It's also fancy. I
I
like
gotta
it.
take notes fast.
Me too. My notes look like chicken scratch.
Yeah, I have really bad handwriting.
Not to offend any of like the chickens out there. I'm sure you guys write
Yeah, after that
beautifully.
Hobbit
but, like,
remark, we gotta just just put that
I'm
out
actually
there.
taking a hard stance against chickens.
All right, well, this was Tom's final appearance on the podcast.
But AJ, all right. What do you think?
I think it's all right with me.
That's about all right. That's good. That's a good way
I
to
guess
put
it's
it.
fair.
That's how I
like
describe
it.
the album, really.
Yeah. This next song is called 1 Foot, and it's my least favorite. I fucking hate this song.
You know, funny enough, I actually really like this one.
Really.
It's weird. I like the bridge the most.
That is true. It's the most different from the rest of the song, 'cause the song is extremely repetitive. It uses the same horn riff and drum beat throughout the entire song.
I think in an interview, he legit said that he just kind of was like, he literally said to the producer, "Put me in the booth."
Oh my God.
And all I could think about was the "Get this man a shield." Yeah, I mean, I do agree. Like, it's very repetitive.
It really is, man. And like, it changes very little, and the change it does, the bridge is nice. It's a nice kind of change of pace from the rest of it. But the only other change it has is a key change at the end, and it does not feel earned at all. Because only the trumpets change key, nothing else. Like, not the vocals stay the same. It's so weird.
No, I agree. It has like this weird, like like at the very end, the in front of the other one, like that part. I always picture like blah Dracula. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's such like a weird, like a minor shift.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's fucking bizarre.
It's grim. I expect Nosferatu.
To call back to your "Get This Man a Shield" joke, did you know he has something else in common with Captain America?
What would that be?
Well, Captain America is really old, and yet when you look at him, you wouldn't know it.
Because he looks so young, dude.
It's
oh my
true.
fucking God.
Why,
true.
why is this really?
Would you say he's like 40?
You know why I'm lying on this bit? Because I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these songs have blended together in my head again.
Don't have anything to say.
Yeah, I don't know music as good as you guys do. So when you jump in and you're talking about like all the intricate parts of the beat and how you recognize the instruments, I was like, I definitely heard music. Like that's all I got
I've
to
got a
bring to the
playlist.
table. Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, that was 1 Foot. And it sure is one big foot in my ass. I'm moving on to the final track, Stars.
fucking got him?
AJ's favorite.
Yep.
How many stars would you give it?
1 Foot or Stars? The
both.
foot in my ass.
How many feet would you give stars
I would give Stars about 2.5 feet.
out of?
5.
Okay.
Because I feel like it has a
okay.
lot of legs to stand on, but unfortunately it falls over.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
AJ, what is it about this song that you like and don't like?
All right, so this song starts out so strong. I will say that the transition from 1 Foot to Stars is really nice. I feel like it flows really well, and it has this really like symphonic, kind of like ethereal feel that's like really like triumphant and uplifting. And then the vocals come in, and it's really nice. The synths are great. The drums are great. And then Nate hits the fucking auto-tune button, and he doesn't take it off for the rest of the song. And he fucking squeals throughout the rest of the 6-minute song.
Wait, I remember this.
Yes.
I vividly remember this song. It sounds like when people are trying to make fun of T-Pain.
Yes, it does.
Like the bad auto-tune they put on.
It is, but it's fully intentional, which is why it doesn't fucking work.
The thing is, too, like his usage of autotune on this album is very weirdly placed.
Yeah.
Like in Some Nights, back to circling back to
Exactly.
Some Nights, the part where he's like doing the weird like
Yeah, it's during,
like,
during
like-
the 808 break, right?
Yeah.
How did you do that? You made the exact sound of the auto-tuned version with your without auto-tune.
I've listened to this album too much.
I'm so sorry for your loss,
I don't
man.
know why he'd ruin such a young voice with
Jesus
auto-tune.
fucking Christ.
We need to stop. We already have people like rampaging and throwing bricks in our windows.
Dude, the hobbits are outside right fucking now, dude.
That's who's throwing them?
Now that I get a better look,
That's
yeah.
why they're not getting very high up to the windows.
Anywho, yeah, no, I kind of agree. Like, even though I love the beginning part of
Yeah.
Star, even the like, I really don't hate the autotune until it's just like the like,
That wasn't as good as the first
It's
one, but that
okay.
was still pretty close.
Thanks,
I
man.
I
okay,
appreciate
but like
it.
that's all he's doing into the microphone and probably pressing on the modular
Yeah.
like.
he's just like straight up wailing, just holding a filter, kind of rubbing the knob back and forth.
Oh, dude, same. But anyway,
That's what I did while I listened to this whole album in the car ride with you guys yesterday.
It was a real bonding moment for us, I gotta say, as
true.
friends.
It's true. It was all right. That's the name of a song.
It was all right.
All
honestly.
right,
Yeah.
close enough.
honestly, like
1 foot, whatever.
I don't hate like the autotune in the very beginning, but like toward the end, especially when he kind of starts sounding like he just like drank in the middle of like
Nothing like a good
his-
slurp.
Like he's just like gargling auto-tune.
at the very end he's like, oh, he's holding on the star. Like it's
Yeah.
like it sounds like so like sloppy.
Like this song has so much potential. It's like "Ease My Mind" by Skrillex. Going back to that, like,
oh yeah,
it starts off really strong, and then he just does something to fuck it all up, and it ruins it. And it really sucks because I feel like it could have been way better.
Oh, by the way, to add to Ease My Mind, the original by Nicki and the Dove, high key recommend listening to
It's
that.
in my watch later. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
It's quite good.
I'll let you know what I think.
Well, I mean, it's better.
It does get better, I guess you could say, yeah. Because anything gets better from fucking Skrillex.
Yes.
The epic rap battle with Skrillex in it's pretty good. That's all I got to bring to the table right now. We mentioned it earlier, so I figured
That's a good callback.
A good callback.
But yeah, stars.
So now, normally, that's how this album would end.
Of course, naturally.
But there is a bonus track called "Out on the Town." Fucking sucks.
It's not great, and
I forgot about this one.
Exactly.
here's the thing with this one too. I feel like a lot of the times, like the guitar, like solo and riffs, they're great. But then, like, this is like a weird, like, it's not even like a genre bend. It's just kind of like
it's just a standard like shitty pop song. It's like if "We Are Young" was like less well made.
What I think is crazy is the fact that people really, really like went hard at like "Carry On," and was just like, "Oh, okay, a domestic violence." This song is literally about breaking into somebody's house. I'm pretty sure
It's about like stalkers and shit. It's
We've
fucking weird.
all been there.
It's relatable.
It's relatable.
Shout out to all of our stalkers out there.
Yeah, stalker fans, we appreciate you. We love you. You have a home here at the Family Album.
If you can find us, you can watch us.
That's true.
On the 15th floor of the building that we're in right now.
This 18-story high-rise
of the recording studio that we all own together.
that we bought with our hard-earned cash that we've earned from the very first episode of this podcast.
I don't know why I helped pay for it. I'm only in this one episode because they're not going to invite me back after this.
Yeah, our funds are pretty low in the studio.
Yeah, it was a lot of money booking Tom. Even though he was our friend, we still offered, and he still said yes.
I didn't get any of that money.
It's coming. It's in the mail.
Okay. I don't believe you.
Out on the Town is honestly, it's a weirdly like, I feel like Stars could have been like at least a good like closer if it just kind of left it there.
Exactly.
As weird as it is. But then Out on the Town is like,
It's like we're young, we're going out to have parties. I'm gonna break into my girlfriend's house. I'm gonna take her hostage, and then we're gonna drink and have some fun, and I'm gonna bury her in the backyard. It's a very strange way to close out this album.
yeah,
Thursdays,
especially
am I right?
especially since like most of the album is talking about like depression, but this one is trying to be like
Uplifting.
It's trying to be like, we're depressed, but we're young. But
Yeah.
then like at the same time, it's also like domestic violence.
Yeah, like it's the lyrics have a very the songs sound very happy, but have like a dark undertone, and it tries to do it here, but it doesn't work at all.
It's the synth is also kind of annoying. The da da
Yeah.
da da like that. I don't like that part.
No.
It's really the bridge is also kind of dumb.
Yeah. This album, this song just kind of ruins the feel as a closer. Like it just shouldn't be there.
The thing that I don't like, one of the big things I don't like about this album is like it has like 2 bonus tracks, right? It has
does.
the live version of We Are Young.
Yeah.
There are 2 other like live acoustic versions that are on YouTube. It's Why Am I the One? They have a live slow version of that, and it's actually kind of nice.
Okay.
But then they also have a Carry On one, which is so much. It's the best.
Okay.
And it's not on the album.
Yeah.
Like, why did they choose We Are Young?
Because it was the hit. So like that's probably what they were doing, trying to milk the money.
It's
true.
I don't know. I just like the live version of Carry On for the both of you. You really should listen.
Okay.
It's quite great. I enjoy it. Though I will say, watching Nate Roos sing is kind of strange. He really like opens his mouth like a lot.
Yeah, he really he's a bit of a theater kid too. Like he really like tries a little too hard.
But like the edgy theater kid.
Yeah.
But like, they're still a theater kid.
Exactly.
I actually just looked it up, and I know the reason We Are Young is on the album and not the other one. It's because Nate Roos looks so young. They're not laughing this time.
It didn't land this time, man.
I think it did. You're just sad. The viewers will let me know. They'll tell me.
All right, yeah, they'll
be like, Tom, that was great.
We'll give you Tom's personal email
then I'll
address.
say,
Let him know
"Thank
if
you,
it is
Mom."
funny. Yeah. So yeah, final thoughts on this album. I feel like there's some good stuff on here,
Definitely.
but there's some very strange choices that kind of bog it down. That any potential that it did have, it kind of ruins it. There's some strange tracks that kind of mess up the pacing a little bit. Some weird genre bends that don't really work. But it's an overall fine pop album. I'd say overall I'd give it like a 6.5 out of 10. And either I'd say C tier. I'd say it's a C tier album.
I'd probably say like B tier.
B
maybe.
tier, yeah.
Like if I was in high school, I would have definitely have said like S.
Yeah.
But like honestly, like I think taking liberties in music, if it's done like well and if it's like nuanced and it's
Yeah.
like, you know, needed for a little like extra oomph, I feel like that could definitely be something good. But like pressing on the launch pad, no one's ever gonna stop us now, like 16 times
It's just
at the end of the
unnecessary.
song. It's kind of just
Like, yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't need to be there. Tom, what did you think of Some Nights by the band
First,
Fun?
I'd just like to ask, earlier you said it was 18 times, and now you said it was 16 times. How many times did you press on the
I
the thing?
did not count.
Okay. Do your research next time.
So he's a fake Skrillex fan and a fake Fun fan.
Overall, I feel like if I was comparing it to the Led Zeppelin album that I listened to as well, because these are pretty much the only two albums I've fully listened to, other than Harry Styles, which my girlfriend has made me listen to the entirety of. I feel like the highs on this one were higher, but the lows were also lower.
Okay.
Like, I feel like there were 3 songs in here that I really, really liked, as opposed to Led Zeppelin, which had like one that I really, really liked. But Led Zeppelin had a lot of ones in the middle that I liked, and this one also had a lot of really bad, like a lot of songs that I didn't like at all.
Okay.
So I'd put it probably similar to you.
C
for
tier.
my Spanish viewers, I'd put it at the yes tier.
So as a starter album, I'm actually curious, why did you choose this for this week's theme?
Because it had many of the hits.
Okay.
And a lot of reviewers actually really liked it. A lot of the
At the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very much a period piece.
It is.
I think.
It is. It's a little dated, but like I feel like the good stuff still holds up.
And I felt that like even though it has some pretty heavy themes, for the most part, it's like use of juxtaposition with like the happy like sort of feeling,
Yeah.
the happy sort of tone. I feel like it was very much a thing back then that like people really enjoyed, especially when like the media didn't really know how to properly be edgy yet.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I felt that it was a pretty good one given the amount of singles and like the general sort of like theatric nature
Okay.
that goes through the whole thing.
I can see that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that just about does it. Tom, thank you for coming on.
It's been a pleasure.
Any final thoughts?
my finale episode?
Yes.
I've been kicked off.
Your premiere and finale.
Oh, I have a final thought, actually.
I know exactly what the fuck you're going to say.
No, I looked up my Discover Weekly playlist.
Okay.
Because I was curious. And I just want to read 3 songs off of here so you get to understand what kind of a mix. We've got Moving Right Along, sung by Fozzie and Kermit from the Muppets. We've got a cover of Highway to the Danger Zone. And then we've got the Thomas the Tank Engine theme song. So I just
Jesus
need you all to know that
Christ.
all 3 of those songs are on my Discover Weekly. And that's what Spotify thinks I would like. So that's a good representation. The kind of music I listen to in my free time.
Tom, thank you for being a test subject on this show.
No
We
problem.
appreciate that.
I feel like I need to be like a challenge for the future. Like,
Yeah, just
to
what would you
find-
like? Yeah.
I have a few other ideas for episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some.
Maybe we'll bring it back
Maybe a
after this
comedy.
whole
I'd enjoy it.
after this whole
could do-
cancellation gets
We
settled.
could do a comedy album week or something.
do
Because
that.
I listen to a lot of those. Some Ninja Sex Party, some
NSP's
Weird
good,
Al.
Yeah. All right, something to think about in the future.
Get in the comments, viewers, if you want to listen. If you want me
Yeah.
to come back,
Do we have comments?
we'll find
on
out
some
when we
platforms.
release this.
I see.
That's true.
Like and subscribe.
I'm gonna dox Tom's personal address so
Yeah.
he can deliver fan mail.
Put my address in there so you can go visit my parents.
Send a fax if you would.
Yeah. Well, I believe that just about does it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm your host, AJ Tanari,
And I'm Matt Glass.
and this has been the Family Album. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye-bye.